Hi, good evening folks. Mr. Woon here, Mr. Woon, the traffic warden. On yesterday's video addressing cyclists, I fumbled over my words and made this unintentional, embarrassing blunder when I said that cyclists can cycle in tunnels. My bad, I'm so sorry I said that. What I meant to say was that cyclists can cycle in underpass, although not encouraged. But for some strange reason, out from my mouth came out the word tunnel. So I said cyclists can cycle in tunnels, not once but twice. I do apologize for this mistake. So just to recap, what I meant to say is this: cyclists cannot cycle in tunnels, they cannot cycle on expressways, and they also cannot cycle at Tuas Viaduct. So these are the three places they are not allowed to cycle on: Tuas Viaduct, expressways, and tunnels. Cyclists are allowed to cycle on regular roads, highways, underpass, although not encouraged, flyover, and viaducts. So you're allowed to cycle on regular roads, highways, underpass, flyover, and viaducts. Okay, with the exception of Tuas Viaduct. And even though I mentioned that you can cycle in underpass, it is also not encouraged. Because why? When you cycle underpass, when you're going down, and say for instance you are adopting two abreast or double file, cycling almost very close to the center of the road. Let's say, example, there's 3 lanes. Example, you go in, there's 3 lanes or maybe 2 lanes, but you're cycling as close to the center already. And behind you, there's actually oncoming traffic, inbound oncoming traffic coming down slope. They are unable to see what's up ahead. Suddenly they are going fast, and they are always going to go fast. So when they go down fast, suddenly when they see you, they might actually get into an accident with you, or in order to avoid hitting you, they will swerve and sideswipe other vehicles. So that's the danger that you can cause for fellow motorists, unsuspecting motorists that have no idea that you're actually in the underpass, cycling in the underpass. That's why it's highly discouraged. Although current ruling says that although current ruling says that doesn't rule out that you cannot cycle on underpass. But if you're going to do that, please, I would say keep to the left-hand edge of the road and adopt single file. If I would say single file, left-hand edge of the road, it's still safer. Even though when you're in the underpass there are 2 or more lanes, it's still safer to cycle single file, so as not to pose a danger, cause inconvenience, and obstruct traffic. Okay, so and other than that, on yesterday's video, I also left out some important pointers. When I talked about the case studies, I left out a few injects which I want to go over again. And one thing I noticed, because as I'm recording this video, I'm recording in selfie mode, so the orientation got switched around whenever I finish recording the video, and I use the video editor to amplify the volume and to flip over the correct orientation. So the left side become right side become left side. So when I'm explaining the diagrams, the right lane and the left lane, right? The right lane is the lane closure, left lane is the free lane, obstructed lane, free lane. I tend to say right lane here, left lane here. And then after that flip over, I would say, in the end, the orientation salah. So I do apologize for that. Okay, because I'm recording in selfie mode. Then after that, I would use the video editor to edit and flip the orientation the other way around. So the right become left, left become right. That sort of thing. So anyway, I want to touch on this again. I felt that I left out something very important. Now, with regards to this, you have to see the previous video. And previous video, you're going to watch in entirety to understand what I'm talking about here previously. So without further ado, I'm just going to go straight into it. In this scenario, let's say there's no vehicle. You're already on the left lane and you are cycling here. This X denotes the cyclist. There's 5 of them cycling 2 abreast, because before that, over here, there's 2 lanes, so they can cycle 2 abreast. However, because they are entering a work site, entering past a work site, there's only 1 lane right now. effectively only one lane. So they got to reconfigure to single file, one single file, 5 in a row, as much as possible to the left hand edge to avoid the work site, as much as possible left hand edge, and then go past. Once they clear at the termination zone, they can go back to two abreast or double file, provided there is no heavy traffic in front or behind. Okay, that is for a scenario where there is no vehicles, it's not heavy traffic. Now, then I mentioned that I asked, can you be cycling at the center of the road here on a single white broken line, single broken white line? Because there are a lot of cyclists who do that. There are a lot of them that cycle in the center of the road, and they end up here, then they end up stuck. Now, let's say in a situation where you are cycling in the center of the road here, and then you come to here and you realize that, oh, I got to merge lane because there's roadworks here, and I need to merge lane to the left lane, and there's heavy vehicle behind. Let's say example, there's heavy vehicle behind. There's vehicles on the left lane and vehicle on the right lane. Right lane is the closure, so left lane and right lane. Right lane, there are vehicles that want to merge to the left. So can you just squeeze in? I ask you, can you just squeeze in as the vehicles are going past? The answer is no. No. Like every other vehicle, you have to stop at the zipper merger here, right in front of the buffer zone. You got to stop at the zipper merger here and signal your intention to merge lane to the left lane. How do you do that? Very simple. You stick your left hand out. Okay, you stick your left hand out, arrow hand, and you turn back and you look at the driver. You do not go yet. You wait for the driver behind you, which is on the right lane, and the driver on the left lane to stop and give you clearance to go. Then you go. Then you merge. Okay, then you merge. If there's 5 of you, you do one single file and keep to the left hand edge of the road. Left hand edge of the road. Okay, and go past. Alright? So that is the way to go. And if it's, I also appeal to drivers to basically slow down and give way to the cyclists. Give way to cyclists. Don't try and squeeze in. Don't try and drive past them, because chances are you're going to sideswipe them, because the space is very tight and you need to maintain 1.5 meters safety buffer distance. Okay, so it's very dangerous when you try to go past them, and there's a high tendency you might actually just sideswipe them. So my advice is let them clear first, then you go behind. You don't tail them closely. You go behind, keep a safety buffer distance. Once they are clear already, once they reach the termination zone, then you gently overtake. Then you gently overtake on the right lane. Okay, so as I keep mentioning already, for drivers, because you're propelling a larger motorized vehicle capable of causing hurt, harm, or death onto cyclists or pedestrians or micro-mobility users, more than what they can do to you, therefore the law is in favor of them. The law is in favor of them and protect them. It's always life over vehicle, and you need to remember that. Now, the next one I want to talk about very quickly. I kind of missed out on this yesterday because there's too much things going on in my head. There's a long train of thoughts and basically a lot of injects and scenarios, but I've completely forgotten about this. Say for example, okay, you are cycling here. The typical Tour de France cyclists, they all like to cycle in the center of the road. And then when you come to here, you see there's a roadworks, lane closure in the center lane, prompting you to either merge right or to merge left. You should never ever go to the right side this way and then come back to the left. Always merge left lane, keep the left hand edge of the road and go straight here this way. The reason why, if you do this, you go to the right and then you come out from the work side here, this is a blind corner, it's a blind spot. All our contractors, tipper truck, the excavator, everything's all parked down here, and there's signages and water field barriers. There's so many things down here. It's a blind spot, it's a blind corner. So when the moment you come from here, you go onto the first lane and then you cut across middle lane, and then you come out from here on the left lane, on lane 3 on left lane, you come out here, the driver here will not suspect that there's anything down here. So chances are you're going to get sideswiped here or rear-ended. Okay, you're going to get either sideswiped or rear-ended here when you come out from here and the driver drive past, because they won't anticipate that you're going to come out from here. Likewise, if there's a side road here, where there's vehicle coming out and turning left, they won't suspect that you are going to come out from here. So they are only going to look at the right side. They're only going to check their offside. Okay, they're only going to check their offside and see whether there's any oncoming traffic. Most likely, even if there's traffic coming here, they're going to try and beat the traffic by going straight, by turning left fast. They're going to exit fast. So when they exit fast, they're not going to look on the left side or the near side. They're only going to look at the offside. They're not going to look at the near side or the left side. So they are not going to check on the left. They are actually just going to check on the right side here, make sure that they try and beat the traffic coming fast here. So they'll filter out fast. So as they filter out fast and you come out from here, from a blind corner, you are going to get either T-bone or side swipe or rear-ended by the vehicle that's going to turn out here. Imagine the side road here. They are going to come out from here, then they're going to turn left. Then you appear from here, from a blind corner, which they will not anticipate or suspect lah. So in order to siam this vehicle coming here fast, they will quickly turn out. So when they quickly turn out and you come out here, you're going to get side swipe or rear-ended or T-bone by the outbound vehicle coming out from the side road here. So it's very important that you actually stop here. When you encounter a situation like that, you stop here. If there's heavy traffic on all three lanes, you must stop here and signal your intention to merge to the left lane. So you signal your intention to merge to the left lane by sticking out your left arrow hand. Turn back, look at the motorist behind on middle lane and left lane. Make sure that both lanes, the vehicle stop for you, and you can clearly see the driver from behind the windscreen prompting you to go ahead first. They stop for you and ask you to go first. Once you receive their clearance, then you merge onto the left lane and keep to the left hand edge of the road as much as possible. Keep one single file. Okay, and as you are approaching, if there's a side road here and you already see there's a vehicle coming out, trying to come out, and he's behind the stop line but he's trying to come out, please slow down. Please slow down. By right, the driver is supposed to give way to oncoming traffic at an uncontrolled intersection, but sometimes drivers don't care, they just go. So if you go fast and they go fast, you can also get T-bone or side swipe by them. Okay, so please also keep a lookout for oncoming traffic from the side road. Don't just cycle blindly. Don't just go so fast, have this evil Knievel, daredevil, need for speed, youngster, that kind of rush for life, that desire to rush. Because a lot of us, when we were younger, when we cycle, we have this adrenaline rush. We like to chiong, we like to rush. So when we rush, we don't see a lot of things. When we slow down, when we are older, when we slow down, we tend to see a lot more things. We tend to keep a lookout for safety. So in the same way, when you're cycling also, you must do the same thing. You must look out for your safety and for the safety and due consideration of other road users, especially when there's a side road here and you see this vehicle coming out. It's a high chance that they might also just try and filter out fast before you even approach them. They will try and zoom out already, because nowadays the drivers are like that. So you don't want to put yourself in that kind of situation where you get side swipe, T-bone or rear-ended by oncoming traffic. So please look out for your own safety. That's all I want to say. So this is pretty much about it lah. It's just to touch up on the video I did yesterday, because I felt I left out on this important pointer, the side road. This is one of the injects, one of the scenarios. There's a side road here. After the work site, there's a side road and there's vehicle coming out. So if you're coming out fast here, and then there's a high chance you can kena langgar down here. So this is something you want to take note of. And just to recap lah, yeah, the mistake that I made on yesterday's video is the tunnel and underpass. So basically, underpass you can go, you can cycle, but you are highly encouraged not to do that lah, because underpass is just as dangerous. It's a blind corner, vehicle coming down fast, they cannot see you. The driver's view of you is obscured by the basically you're obscured now. You're in a blind corner now. They cannot see you. So when they're coming down fast, they're just going to hit you, or they might just try to swerve away and avoid hitting you. But in the process, they might actually sideswipe other vehicles on the right lane. That's what I'm trying to say. So please cycle safely and look out for your own safety, as well as for the safety and due consideration of other road users, other commuters, in order to make everyone's life on the road easier, to make everyone's commuting experience fun, pleasant and hassle-free. That's all I want to say. So thank you very much for again viewing this video clip, and I hope that you learn something new. Hope that you learn something to benefit you, that will help you to prolong your life on the road lah. I hope that whatever I'm sharing here will actually save your life, and and you get to learn something also. Safety very important, because the road is a shared public space and we are all in this together. So it's not because I am a cyclist, I pay income tax, I can use the road and I can cycle however I want. It's not like that. It's a shared public space, so please cycle responsibly. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.